In today's episode, we're going to talk about SMART goals. 1, what are they? 2, why are they so important? And 3, we're going to give you some examples of SMART goals that you can use as a sales professional as you're going into 2021. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast here on TSE TV on YouTube. I'm your host, Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you to evangelize. And if this is one of your very first time watching a podcast episode of ours or watching one of our videos, I ask you to just go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Would greatly appreciate that. It goes a long way, and it gives us an opportunity to be able to know that you want good content like this, and we'll notify you every time. In today's episode, we're going to talk about SMART goals. I mentioned this in one of our past episodes, and I also have another video which we discuss SMART goals a little bit more. But today, I don't want to emphasize too much about what they are. I want to go into the why behind them this time, and also want to give you some examples of some SMART goals that you can take advantage of. So first, what are SMART goals? We know the acronym, right? And I'll go ahead and put these on the screen so you can see them. You'll see them pop up somewhere here. SMART. The first part is that you want to make your goals very specific. Then M, you want to make it measurable. Then A, you want to make sure it's attainable. Then R, you want to make sure that is realistic. And then T, you want to make sure it's time bound. So let's say, for instance, if I have a goal to be successful in 2021, that is not necessarily a SMART goal. I'm not saying it's not an intelligent goal, and it's probably definitely not an intelligent goal just to be successful. You want to make sure you make some realistic things behind it. You can define what does success mean to you. And perhaps for you, successful is to have a new house or to have a new car. If that's the case, then fantastic. Go ahead and put that as your goal. In 2021, and by December 2021, I want to have a new house and a new car. Or by the end of 2021, I will have a new house and a new car. There you go. Now let's think about that. Is that realistic and is that specific? So we'll go for M, measurable. Yes, this goal is very specific. You want to have a new house and a new car. Is it measurable? Yes, you want to have those two things by December 2021. Is it something that you can attain? Well, when was the last time you purchased a car? And when was the last time you bought a house? Do you have the financial means to do that? Is your credit score high enough to be able to do that? Do you have the proper down payments to be able to take advantage of that? Are there programs that you need to research to be able to take it? There are many different things to figure out if this is attainable or not. And if it is attainable, then go ahead and check mark that. And then you want to look at, besides the getting a house and the car, perhaps you look at it and say, well, probably better for me to get the house now and then focus on a car for later. Then by all means. But also think about it. Do you have the income to be able to do that? Is your job able to help you to do that? And why haven't you been able to do that over the past 3, 5, 10, 15 years? Is it because you got a promotion end of last year? Then so be it. Or it's a new job. So now you evaluated that and you say, yes, it is attainable. It's specific, it is measurable, and it's attainable. Is it realistic? Like, yeah, can I get both of them? Yeah, it's very realistic. It's not like I'm trying to build a house myself. I am going to purchase a house. And maybe you didn't need to specify what price range for your house. It's not a mansion, and you need to be realistic about that. If you're trying to purchase a mansion and a Bugatti, and your income is maybe $80,000, it probably will be a little bit challenging to be able to do that effectively. I don't know, just saying. And then time bound. Yes, this is time bound. Based on this, we looked at it and we said, you know what? Yeah, maybe I shouldn't get a Bugatti and I shouldn't try to get a mansion. But however, the house that's going to be, $250,000 house, it's a 2 bedroom, 3 bath, and I want to get a new, Mazda. Then by all means, that's very attainable. Those things can be done. You would then work your way to make that happen. Now, that's a SMART goal. We'll give you some examples with sales as we go to the third part. But I want to go into the second part because this is where we're going to spend a lot of our time. Why? Why it's so important for you to have a SMART goal and also why they work so well. So let's think about this for a second. The first piece is very, very simple. If you don't have a SMART goal, then you're quickly going to run out of steam. You don't have anything to look forward to, and you're not inspired, basically. So again, to be successful is just so generic and it's so blah. It doesn't know. It's like there's no inspiration and there's nothing to work towards. And as human beings, we always want to have something that we can look towards. We want to have that vision, right? Like you've heard the parable, you've heard the stories before, that everyone as human beings, and you've seen it in all of the movies, everyone wants to have something that they can go towards, a vision of the future or a vision of a better self. So, and you've heard the Proverbs probably, that where there's no vision, the people perish. In your case, as a sales rep, as a seller for any organization, whether you're B2B or B2C, you should have some kind of goal, some kind of vision of where you want to go to. Maybe that's to become a manager in the organization, or perhaps that is to earn a certain amount of commission so you can do the goal of buying the house and buying a car. Or perhaps it's just to be your better self, that you want to be able to become the best BDR by having X amount of appointments set per week on average. So whatever that is, but there's something that we should have, some kind of vision that we can physically, or we can picture, that we can work towards. And if you want to listen to that previous episode, you can go back and I'll put a link down below so you can check out that episode as well, and you can learn more about that. But when we have something to look towards, or we have an inspiration or something that's motivating us, it gives us that sense of meaning. It gives us a sense of something that we can attain and something that we can accomplish. And it's just, it all around is a good thing for us as human beings and as a sales rep. Number two, it's a long-term game. So another reason why this is so important, if you look at our goal, many people who have a goal of being successful, or a generic goal like that, it turns out that those goals never get accomplished, or they get thrown by the wayside and get abandoned. And it's the beginning of this year, you're probably going to see it as well, where sometimes companies or individuals will set their New Year's resolution. And those New Year's resolution, New Year's goals, even though they sound all nice and good, they don't have a long-term focus behind it. It's just too shallow. It's not a smart goal. And those individuals would abandon it. So I want to lose weight in 2021 is another goal that you probably hear people tell you that, or I want to get healthy. Like, what does that mean to get healthy, or what does it mean to lose weight? Give us a specific number. Say by June of 2021, I will lose 30 pounds. Then great. That's, again, some very smart goal, very specific, something you can measure. And this is where it comes into the long-term game, right? Because once you have the vision, and once you have that long-term play in mind, well, let me clarify. Your goal doesn't have to be something that long. You can set a goal for a 3-month period, which I always encourage sellers to do, or a month, and you can take those, make small micro smart goals that help you accomplish your big smart goal. So, but let's go back to saying, for instance, if it is to maybe you lose weight in that time period, then you set that time period goal and you work towards that. But now you have something that you could check off, you're looking towards it, and it's measurable. You can see your progress, and that's a key part for every one of us. If I have a goal that doesn't have a way for me to track the progress behind it, how do I know if I'm doing good towards it? How do I know if I'm progressing? How do I know if I'm going to end up in the same spot? How do I know if I'm going to attain it? But if you have a chart on your wall, or even if you have like on Excel, a document where you can just check off and put your goal, like if it's going to be to earn that $100,000 by December, if that's the case, then you can see how you can check off when you hit 5,000 and 10,000, and visually you can see it. Psychologically you can understand that you're moving towards it and that you're not stagnated. And that's going to encourage you, inspire you to continue going down a path with that goal. So that's another reason why, again, having a long-term effect. And those people who have a long-term vision for their goal, again, long-term could be a year, could be that 6 months, or could be just a month. People who have that, they have a higher chance of accomplishing their goals versus those who have a very generic goal. And then the other part to this too is that, I'll give you an example that ties back to this. In our organization, we have a leaderboard. And that leaderboard allows our team members to be able to see how they're performing against themselves, as well as helping the team to hit the goal of their success. So every day, the team members can look at the leaderboard on the screen, and they can see where they are. Jermaine might see that he is right now, to attain the team's goals, his responsibility is this is what he committed. And then Aaron might see this, and Nancy, and then, myself. We can see where our performances are, and then that inspires us to be able to go towards accomplishing the overall collective. And that's the other piece that I tie back to why SMART goals are so important. We like to use them for our team as well, rather than just have the idea of one person just self-grandizing with their goals. We want to put that in a team collective, a team SMART goal of us accomplishing or setting a number of appointments in a week. Once we can get that goal, then collectively we can see that we're helping each other towards that overall vision and the results that we would get from that. Yes, individuals do get their benefit from that, but the bigger piece, though, they recognize if the team's able to accomplish their goal, then everyone is able to accomplish their goals as well. And I think that's the overall thing that is missed sometimes by organization, where their SMART goals are set for an individual and they don't set and they set a vague goal for a top level. And I encourage our team members to be a part of that goal setting portion as well. So if I'm going to set that SMART goal, instead of me coming from a top down effect as a CEO of an organization, I want the team members to all be a part of that process. And then now they hold their feet to the fire, and they hold each other accountable towards that, because they have that goal together and they have that overall vision and that mission to help the organization or to hit a certain goal, so they can also enjoy a certain reward that might come from that they also can help to be a part of as well. But for me, overall, though, from looking at this, it inspires you. It motivates you. It gives you something to have that vision towards. It also gives you a way to attain, to track your progress and to see where you are, and if you're improving, if you're stagnating, or if you're not going anywhere at all. And the people who can do these things, the people who can follow this principle of the SMART goal, those are the ones that have the fulfillment. And I'll give you another one that I just get excited for, right? Even I love dabbling on the marketing side. And working with our marketing folks and looking at some of the leads that we have coming in, and then also the number of visitors to our website each month, we're looking at that, and we're creating some SMART goals to help us to increase that number. So then now every month or every week, I can look at our internal KPI or our dashboard and see how we're doing. And then we can look and see the activities that we did. Did those activities work towards increasing more visitors or visibility to our website? Me going on other podcasts, the podcast that we're publishing, podcast episodes that we're publishing, sharing content on LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook. We can see if those things are bringing folks back. And then obviously the increase with the new leads or opt-ins to our website. So all of those things, it just gets me excited that we can look towards those numbers and we can see our progress, we can track the performance, and that makes it so much better, as opposed to I want to have a good website. It's so lame, right? Shoot, get that out of here. Now, the third piece, what are some good examples, some goals that are SMART goals that might be effective for us? Depending on your role, if you're a business development rep, let's give you some examples. So let's say, for instance, that on average you set 6 goals, six appointments per week, but you could do better. Maybe a SMART goal could be that I want to set 10 appointments per week. I want to set 10 qualified appointments per week. Then that's a good one. Let's go back and look at it. Is it specific? Yes, 10 qualified appointments. Is it measurable? Yes, we know that it's 10. Is it attainable? Well, you've done 6. Now, maybe you feel that 10 is something that you can accomplish. Maybe if you look at it, you might say, well, you want to stretch yourself, right? So it's not like you want to set 20. 6 to 10 is not bad. That's maybe just one more per day. And if you feel that's good, then by all means, go ahead and do that. So just a little bit, it's realistic and it's a little bit stretched right there. Is it attainable? Can you do that? Yeah. And then also looking at the time base, how time bound. Is there a time bound towards this? Yes, in a week. I want to get that every single week. Overall, of the goal for the month, then you'll get 40 appointments. Here's another one if you're a business development rep. Perhaps you want to focus on, you want to get, maybe you have an AE that approves your appointments if they're qualified. So perhaps you want to say, I want to have 100% of my appointments be accepted and are qualified by account executive every single month. then or maybe that's a crazy number, because sometimes people are going to make judgment outside of what they deem as classified, and based on your company stuff. So maybe you say you want to get a 95% on average of qualified appointments. Fantastic. Then now you have a 95% of I want 95% at least 95% of my appointments to be accepted by my account executive as qualified appointments over the next 30 days. Great. That's something that's very specific. And then now our SMART goal. And then maybe you're an AE. Maybe it's the number of deals. I want to be able to close 20 deals in next month. Again, specifics and specific goal is measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Or perhaps there's a revenue number you want to hit. I want to be able to hit. I have a goal to hit $50,000 in MRR this quarter. Then great. You go ahead and set that, and now you have something that you're very specific that you can work towards. It's a SMART goal. You get the idea. Some of those are some great examples. Or maybe it's referrals. Perhaps you want to get, your goal is to get 10 new referrals per month from current customers. Then now you know specifically who you want to get them from and how you're going to get them. That's a plan that you could put in place a little bit later on. So you understand what a SMART goal is, you understand why they're so important, how they'll help you, and now you give you some examples of some SMART goals. The question I have for you now is to go ahead and put this in the comment. Give me one SMART goal that you want to accomplish this year in 2021. Joe, go ahead and write it down. One SMART goal that you want to accomplish in 2021. If you're on YouTube, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, I want you to go ahead and just go to Twitter, Donald C. Kelly. You can find me there, or LinkedIn, Donald C. Kelly, or on Instagram, Donald C. Kelly, and send me a message. One SMART goal that you want to accomplish in 2021. I share stuff like this because I want to help you. I brag about sponsors that I tell you all about all the time on these podcasts, because I know their stuff's good. It's helped me, and I want to be able to help you too. I want you to see success. As always, I want you to find more of those ideal customers. I want you to know what to say when you reach out to them. I want you to be able to close more deals, but most importantly, I want you to go out each and every single day and do big things. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you enjoyed the content, I ask you to go ahead and hit that like button, that thumbs up in the bottom right-hand corner. Also, to make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. This way, we'll keep you up to date with all the latest sales strategies, latest tools, and things that are going to help you to not only find more prospects, but to close more deals. Thanks so much.